Man who investigators suspect murdered a Dale County woman lived nearby, but investigators say his motive is not clear. Dale County deputies charged 29-year-old James Johnson Sunday night, about 12 hours after those officers and the victim's father found 57-year-old Sherry Clark inside her home. Clark's father called deputies who forced their way into her home, where they discovered her body, which suffered multiple injuries. That's according to Dale County Sheriff Mason Bynum. Bynum says he would speak further about the crime when he addresses the media tomorrow morning. News 4 will bring you all the information from that news conference.